Hey, what's good? It's Iconic. Welcome, guys, to a Fallout 4 video. So today, I'm gonna be talking about if Bethesda implemented multiplayer into the game, and I'm just gonna speak on some facts and tell you why it would work. So as we know, since we all have been playing Fallout, we know that this game is a humongous game. There's a lot of locations, there's so many weapons and customization with attachments and things like that. There's a lot to the game that makes the game good. There's a lot of factors, and there's so many things to do. And with such a big world, why put it to waste? Since there's so many locations, think about all the maps possibilities that can be implemented into multiplayer. Like, it would be crazy, like if they branched off a map, and then they have, have closed off, have certain areas that you can usually, roam around it, have it closed off with debris or like broken cars or some shit, and it'd be perfectly for multiplayer maps. Like, there's huge areas where you can play, and it'd probably be like a 4v4. So before I actually really get down into how all the things work, I just kind of want to say that with Fallout 4 and its engine, it has a really modern first-person shooter type gameplay. It's not like the older Fallouts, because if it was with the older Fallouts and trying to implement um, multiplayer with those, it probably wouldn't work as good, just because the playstyle, you had to rely on VATS for most of it, like a lot of it. The older Fallouts, you had to use VATS, and this one you don't really have to rely. You just kind of rely on your aim, and since there is now aim down sights, it makes the shooting just as precise as Call of Duty or Battlefield. Just something like that. Now, with the style, it probably wouldn't be the same because this is more of an apocalyptic land, and the factions that Fallout 4 have can differentiate the character models that each team is going to be spawning in. So you could probably spawn in as one side would be the Minutemen, and the other side would probably be like Raiders or something. Or one side could be the Institute, or like your synths, and one side could be the Brotherhood of Steel. Depending kind of where the area is, just like how they do it in Call of Duty. Like the character models don't look alike. Like, they have different clothes and things like that. Their language is different. Like in Call of Duty, you're playing as the Russians, or you're playing as Americans who are speaking English. Just things like that. I mean, with the different factions, you could definitely tell which team is which team. And that makes it really good for multiplayer. Now let's get into the guns. Okay, so there is a wide range of guns, and they seem to be pretty balanced out. I mean, it kind of depends, because some guns are used for being high level, and some guns are kind of weak, and they start off with the weaker levels. But I'm pretty sure they can probably balance it out if there was a multiplayer. So with the guns, there's a lot of customizations to the attachments. Like, imagine having the gun craft be implemented, and everybody would have a different gun. You know what I mean? I mean, you probably have the same base, like the same submachine gun, but it'd be definitely different from your friend's submachine gun that he's holding, and makes the customization really well done. Now, of course, with balancing, not one's gonna have more defense or armor than the other one, because that would be really unbalanced. Unless it's like a build or something that would make it, you have defense, but you lack something else like speed or something. Just kind of be more creative with the character build. But there's really not going to be any, overpower where, like, oh, this man cannot be stopped because he has this type of gear or whatever. It's just all skills and your playstyle and stuff like that. So with the character perks, oh man, this is going to be good. Of course, there's not gonna be the weapon perks where you have to, like, where you can get, like, 60%, like you can get a certain percentage more damage. That just wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be a balanced multiplayer. More perks, like, like more simpler perks. Like, let's say you want to be a little more stealth, so when you're not detected, when you're hidden, you can you deal more damage. or you have like the ability to, like sleight of hand, reload faster, or even like sniper perks where you're sniping, you have less sway, and your shots are like more precise, like it's more accurate or something like that. Just kind of like little perks like that that just kind of changes up your character and doesn't make you play like other characters or other people who build their character, just to differentiate you from the rest of the crew, but without being super OP, just being different. Or have like an engineering perk, since you could like place turrets and shit, like how when you build your settlements, like imagine you can just set up certain turrets on certain spots. Of course it's gonna be limited to like 1 or 2 turrets, because that would be fucking some castle defense type shit. It'd be fucking OP. Just fucking set up turrets and you don't even have to fight. Just like in Team Fortress 2, when you're playing as the engineering class, where you can set up the turret and you use the resources to level it up and build it up like that, things like that. Or like a medic that you can pick up people, or you can heal them when their health is low, give them stim pack them up or something like that. Just kind of have certain classes and certain unique builds that can really, be put into great use when needed. Or like if you want to be like a gun blazing machine gun whore, then when you have a perk where when you're firing you take less damage, because you're going in gun blazing, so when you're shooting you kind of have like a defense buff, just to place on top of that, so you can go in gun blazing. So since there is like a radiation system where you can go to areas and you can take radiation poisoning damage or health reduction, they should have areas where it's like that as well. It'll give you like a map play, so you can use certain areas of the map to your advantage. Like you can push the enemy towards the radiation and you have an upper advantage because they're losing their health slowly, or some shit like that, and you can have a perk where you don't take any radiation damage. You're like a fucking boss. But I hope you guys see where I'm going with this. It's just kind of something that, I just kind of thought about, because I really like the gameplay in this game. Because before all out of the other Fallouts, really you were just there to listen to the story, listen to the characters, the dialogue, and just kind of see people's head blow off while in VATS or something. But in Fallout 4, I really love the gameplay. It's really there and alive now. It's not like before, and it's just something that would be like a really nice multiplayer, would be pretty awesome. And it's just something in my mind, guys. So leave a comment below and see, if you guys have any other ideas. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button below, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch at VKYIconic. And until then, guys, man, if Bethesda hears us, oh man, that would be freaking pretty awesome. I don't even know. We don't know. It could happen, So until then, thank you guys for watching. Peace. Stay tuned for any of my other videos.